you can really start to be more aware of when you're creating content. Heart, vulnerability, rawness, being real, transparent. Don't just always communicate cookies and unicorns and yachts and everything's beautiful. My family's beautiful. Everything's fantastic. The second thing was humor. Try to not take yourself so seriously. Try to have fun. It's engaging. It's contagious. The more fun you're having in your content, the more fun your audience is going to have. But if you're trying to be funny, it can really, really be boogie. You know, everybody's been around somebody who tries to impress you, who tries to be funny. It usually comes off really kind of funky, and most people tend to recoil from that. It has to appear effortless. It has to be natural. Don't try to be funny. And why I think not taking yourself so seriously is such a good start is because that's a great way to, you can kind of just like strategize your humor, because I really, humor is a tough thing. It's hard to teach humor. I'm not even sure if it's really teachable. But I think that this is a great sort of framework to look at it through. Is stop taking yourself so seriously. Learn to laugh at yourself and your mistakes. And I promise you, there's this natural sort of evolution of your humor will take place, and it'll come across in your content, more importantly. Okay? And then the third thing is helpfulness. Be helpful. What is it that you have? What skills, what expertise, what knowledge? It doesn't have to be 20, 30 years of it. It doesn't even have to be 10. It could be my 2 years of creating content. My 2 years of creating steady, consistent, hopefully quality content in the digital space. And I'm talking about me when it talks to content creation, really in this digital space. I mean, I've been on Facebook for 10 years. I've been on YouTube for a long time, but haven't really started imbuing this. Haven't really started taking it seriously until the last couple of years, maybe even year and a half. Thank you, Gord. Gord says, I always have fun around Professor Nez. I want my classes to be fun. I want my workshops to be fun. I want everything I do to be fun. If you're not having fun, what are you doing? And maybe I should talk about that a little bit. When it comes to content creation, it comes across. That fragrance comes across. It comes across as sleazy, cheesy, and salesy. If you're just doing content creation for the sake of it's the brand new thing, it's a shiny new object kind of concept, or if you just feel like, well, I have to do it. Don't do it. There's plenty of different types of marketing strategies. There's email marketing, social media marketing, there's Facebook marketing, there's advertising, Google AdWords, there's print, there's radio, there's all sorts of different ways, YouTube ads. You don't have to do content marketing. If you don't like it, if you don't enjoy it, like I'm a nut job for it, I have so much fun doing it that I love it, and it comes across that way, doesn't it? You can feel it as an audience. You can feel this dude really loves what he's doing. If you're not coming at that at the epicenter, it's bad boogie, y'all. It's just bad boogie. It's going to come across really smelly and funky. So maybe I should talk about this, and I've said this with my live stream video consulting. If you're not into it, I don't think everybody should do live streaming. I'm really gung-ho about live streaming, but I don't think it's for everybody, right? I don't just say, get on there and hit record. I think you have to have intention, purpose, and wherewithal and awareness of what you're doing, and hopefully you love it, because it's not going to come across to your audience as something engaging if you're just going through the motions, or if you're just doing it for the sake of doing it. Does that make sense? So I hope that makes sense. Before I get into 5 strategies to help you, 5 strategies, those are the 3 cores, okay? So heart, humor, and helpfulness. Before I get into the 5 core strategies, please make sure that you stick around, because I am going to be doing a free giveaway. I am going to be doing a free giveaway on the end, those of you watching on the replay. So 5 things that you can sort of really use as sort of a foundation for heart, humor, and helpfulness. 5 things that you can do that you should start to kind of write down and think about for content strategy. Number 1, find your voice. There's a lot of copycats out there. There's a lot of people who, just try to do what the next person's doing, or try to emulate, or there's nothing wrong with being inspired by somebody. But if you're just thinking, I'm going to do exactly what this person's doing, that person's already doing it. So try to find your own voice. write down. I always say to really do this, write down five things, doesn't it, or more if you want to write specific things that you feel your business, your brand, or you as an individual, what do you provide? Okay, that's specific to you. That's unique to you. Okay. Something that's approachable, something that I think this really helps you guide your messaging, and it'll help you to really find your voice. So try to write those things down and try to follow them and just practice that. Okay. That's really, really important. Number 2 is to set goals. What do you want your content to do? You got to set goals for your content. Are you doing it to create more website traffic, brand awareness? Personal branding is huge. I think it's important to visualize your goals. So writing them down, me being a writing professor, I'm a big proponent of writing things down and having a set sort of strategy that you can use so you can really visualize it. It's tangible. It's got tactile vibology to it. So you can really see it and it comes to fruition more readily if you can do it that way, and you'll get more ROI. So what is the goal? If you don't have a goal and you're just out there just kind of vomiting on the camera or vomiting on a blog or vomiting on your other content creation, long form, short form, nobody's going to really understand what's the goal. What's really the goal. And then here's a really generic one. I know you've probably heard this a lot, but it's absolutely tantamount. Know your audience. Who are you trying to communicate to? Who is your audience? You need to really pare this down and specify who your audience is. If you don't know who your audience is, it's like speaking to a room full of nobody, an empty room. You're speaking to an empty room. Try to find out, write down what is the common theme of the people who engage with my content. What is it that they have? Are they, okay, I'm writing down. Like this is what I did with my consulting business. I really pared it down, and I found out that one of the common denominators in most of the people who've contracted my services and really reached out to me and engaged with my content are people who are in the tech space. And it makes complete logical sense, doesn't it? I mean, it makes logical sense that people in the tech space would reach out to a writer to help them with their copy, help them with their resume, help them with their LinkedIn profile, help them with their interview strategies. I mean, if you think about the kind of sort of the sort of deconstruction of what a real tech individual is, and you kind of dissect what makes them tick, you'll find that because they're so ensconced within their technical wherewithal and their technical, characteristics, that there's not a lot of that sort of face-to-face, there's not a lot of writing per se that takes place when you're really involved in a lot of technological aspects of your life and your career. Okay? So know your audience. Knowing your audience is absolutely huge. Create a calendar. I think this is interesting. Now, this is something I don't probably do enough. I love being spontaneous. This is a spontaneous live stream. This is totally spontaneous. This is a spontaneous video I'm creating. But I think it's important to have a calendar. Knowing your audience also knows you know where to play. Like I've been spending a lot of time on LinkedIn because that's where my audience is. But do you know what to say? Having an editorial calendar kind of gives you a thematic structure, right? You begin chapter by chapter with your content creation, like a weekly blog post or daily social chat or short campaigns, long-term goals. An editorial calendar helps you to kind of sort of put your content in this nice assembly line format, but really just giving it structure and organization so that you can really stay on point and hold yourself accountable, and you can set those alerts really easily. There's a lot of different, I'm not a real big fan of automation. It's funny because I recently kind of dipped my toes back in automation and automative social media tools like If, This, and That. And, there's Hootsuite, there's Buffer, there's HubSpot, there's Live. There's a lot of different places that you can do your automation tools. I still like to do everything myself. I know that's a lot of work, but I still like to do everything myself. But I know there's a lot of people, maybe even more advanced and better than I am at content creation, that use a lot of automative tools, and it works for them. I like to personalize things. I like to have my own hands on them. I mean, as I scale, I'm not sure if that's going to be really amenable or feasible, but I like to do everything on my own. So That's kind of a funky thing. But if you're interested in automation, that's a great way to get a calendar going. And there's a lot of different tools. And please, by all means, leave in the comments what you use for automation if you have an automation tool. Okay, and then the last thing, Nez Nation, the most important thing. Please pay attention. Huddle up, get close. You ready? Execute. Stop overthinking it. The actual posting and publishing. Talk to your audience. Respond to your fans. Yes, I call them fans. I don't like to call them followers. I'm not a big fan of calling them followers. You need to respond to them. You need to let them know that you're there. You need to do, as Gary says. I love how he says that. Do. Execute. I jumped on here. This was totally impromptu, but I was excited about something. I was excited to share some things that I've been working on. I'm excited to share with you guys, Nez Nation, my audience. I'm excited to talk about these things. So I want to come on here and share. That's what I want to do. I want to come on here and share. You need to execute. That's got to be, everything that I've talked about, everything that I've said, the entire video, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I believe in it. I truly believe it with all my heart. Everything I'm saying you can throw in the garbage if you don't execute. Everything that I've just said, you can literally throw in the garbage if you don't execute. You've got to do it. Gord, I hope you're still there. You got to execute. If you don't execute, it doesn't matter how much humor you have. It doesn't matter how much heart you have. It doesn't matter how helpful you can be. You've got to, if you really want to take this seriously, if you really want to make sure that you are getting the most out of your content and you're reaching the most people, if you want to make demonnaie, you got to execute. And I'm telling you right now, you will find your audience. You will find your tribe. I think the more you execute, right? I think consistency. You've heard this. This isn't new. You've heard this, especially on YouTube, right, Gord? You've heard this from a million trillion people just like me, people who've been talking about this all the time. Way more advanced content creators and content marketers than myself. Consistency. If you're serious about this, you're going to have to set time aside. None of us have enough time. Nobody has enough time. But you're going to have to set time aside to really execute. And if you're overthinking it, I'm telling you right now, your consistency is going to drop. Your content's going to suffer. Your audience is going to move elsewhere because people's attention spans are goose egg, nil, 0. You got to do it. You got to execute. Okay, who's ready for the free giveaway? Because I got to get out of here. It's Saturday. I got to go spend time with my family. So who's ready for the free giveaway? Give me some hearts. Give me some emojis. Put a thumbs up in the comments. Who's ready for the giveaway? What I'm doing right now. Thank you, Gord. Good to see you. So in the giveaway, this is what I'm doing. I want you to use the hashtag NezNation, on Twitter. You make sure you include me, tag me at Professor Nez, and I'm going to pick randomly. I want you to write in there who are you as a content creator and what type of content you create, and I'm going to pick somebody randomly. Those of you watching on the replay and live, I'm going to pick somebody randomly I'm going to give it a couple of days, so probably maybe Monday or Tuesday. I'm going to give it a couple of days and let this content sort of breathe and try to get as many people as possible. I'm going to pick somebody randomly, and I'm going to be giving away a free 20-minute phone call. Free 20-minute phone call from me, okay, career coach, life coach, live video streaming consultant, content creator, writing professor. I'm going to be giving away a free 20-minute consultation, and I will go over whatever it is you're doing with you as an individual, personal branding, whether you're interested in social media marketing, whatever your business, company, brand, organization, individual, whoever you are, I'm going to give you a free 20-minute strategy session. I'm going to give you a free 20-minute strategy session, and I'm going to pick a random winner. So you got to go to Twitter. You got to use the hashtag NezNation. Tag me at Professor Nez in the tweet, and talk a little bit about who you are as a content creator. Obviously, it's got to be lower than 140 characters, but talk a little bit about who you are as a content creator and what type of content you usually create. It can just be one thing. Let's just say blogger. I'm a blogger. You could just say that, or I'm a live streamer, or I'm a YouTuber, or I create, stories for brands, what have you. Use the hashtag NezNation, tag me in it, talk a little bit about your content creation. I'm going to pick a random winner probably by Monday or Tuesday, and you get a free strategy session with yours truly. Sound good? Give me some hearts. Give me some likes if that sounds good. So I hope you got a lot out of this live stream. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. This is your favorite professor, Professor Nez, and I am a career coach, again, life coach, live video streaming consultant. I'm a LinkedIn consultant. If you need any type of consulting services, if you're interested in accruing or contracting my services, you can always come to my LinkedIn page or just DM me. Just send me a personal message or tweet me. And I'll be happy to work with you, and I'll be happy to talk with you. Thank you, Gord. It's been fantastic. I hope you got a lot out of this. Please share this if you got any value out of this. And I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend. Don't forget, use the hashtag NezNation on Twitter. Tag me in it, and you could win a free strategy session with yours truly. Thank you, guys. It's been awesome. Go execute. Go execute. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. One of my favorite writers of all time, Ray Bradbury, he wrote Fahrenheit 451, just to give you context. He had a little, I think it was an 8x11 sign above his typewriter, and it had 2 words on it. For 30 years, he had the same sign above his typewriter. Brilliant writer. And you know what it said? It said, don't think. Don't overthink it. Don't overthink it. Execute, execute, execute. I can't wait to see your content. Thank you, guys. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. And go check me out. Come to my YouTube channel. Come to my Facebook page. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. I'm going to be bringing it every single week. Every single week. New videos, new live streams, new tutorials, new information. Mindset Live, NezNation Live. I got my talk show. I'm bringing it, y'all. I'm executing. Are you?